sitting in here getting a little work done doing my laundry, and there was an accident right outside my back window. I didn't even hear it, and it's just kind of fun to hear the locals. I swear every local from miles is out there. Do you know who's in the car? Well, I know Jim's in the trunk, but we don't know who's in the car. It's just fun. I know I've been saying this. I love it here. I've been saying this about everywhere I go, but I love the kind of small hometown feeling of it. Sorry, I'm distracted. I want to go outside and show you. Very small town, only about 600 people, so it's a tiny laundromat. They only have one big washer. I usually use at least two. Throw everything in the big washers, so I had to use a big washer and 3 small. Okay, I've got some time. I'm gonna go do a quick Spanish lesson while I'm waiting. ¿Puedes repetir?
¿Puedes repetir?
¿Puedes repetir? No entiendo. Hola, mi amigos y mi amigas. Aprendo un nuevo idioma. Check it out. I have decided it's time to get conversational in Spanish, and I have chosen Babbel to do it, who is the sponsor of today's video. You might remember that I am thinking that I might someday want to live in Central or South America, and so I think it would be really helpful to be fluent in the language. And it's a new year. Why not learn a new language? It's also the winter. The days are shorter, it's colder outside, I'm spending a lot more time inside. I need something to keep my brain healthy, and learning a language is a great way to keep your brain healthy. And I can do little 10-minute lessons. That's all, just 10-minute lessons. And they are scientifically proven to get you speaking the language in 3 weeks. No entiendo, I don't understand. It's going to be conversational. You can choose the conversational aspect that you want. Is it going to be business? Is it going to be personal? Is it going to be travel? And you can tailor your lessons to your travel needs. And what I also love about this is that it gives you multiple ways to learn. So you can tailor your lessons to your learning style. They have podcasts, they have videos, they have games, they have lessons, which is what I'm doing on my phone. And they even have live classes where you can learn with a real teacher. And today, by using the link provided in the video description, you're going to get 65% off your subscription. So click the link below and get started on your language journey today.
Muchas gracias. Nosotros ya estamos.
Out a spot here. I talked to a local in a laundromat who told me there was a ton of boondocking. You know, he said you can just pull off anywhere around a lake, Ouachita Lake. So I was heading in that general direction. I had to stop close to here to get a video loaded. As soon as I found a cell tower, I stayed right below the cell tower, and I was heading down toward the lake. There's a lot going on at the lake. Like, there's a recreation area. I saw a recreation area on the map, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go check that out. Ooh, I see a road. So I was heading that way, and I saw a road, and I just pulled off. So I parked. I'm parked on a road that I went up 20 feet, got really, really, really rough. And I was going to push ahead. I was like, I could probably do it. But I decided to explore it on foot, and I'm glad I did. Because while I probably could have made it up the rough part, I couldn't have made it much further. I wouldn't have made it. So the map shows that it dead ends and that there's a big clearing at the end. But oh my gosh, this is amazing. But I probably wouldn't have been able to make it because it was too narrow. The trees were too overgrown. So I wouldn't have been able to. So anyway, I'm just exploring now on foot a couple places that I passed. We did get a little bit of rain. We're going to get more rain. Oh my gosh. So You know, I got to be careful going through stuff. I don't want to get stuck out here. Wow. I think, though, I was thinking I could just camp here. Look at this. This is remote. So I don't think I've ever taken you with me. If I have, it's been a long time in this part of the process of finding camp. Just parking and getting out and exploring on foot. Wow. It's times like this I wish I had a van or a truck. Look at, I couldn't do this. I can't do this because the trees are, look at, I can't get through there with my big box. Man. Actually, I don't even know if a van could get through that. Probably. Wow. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, my God. This would be perfect. Look at this. Wow. Oh, this would be perfect, but I can't get up here. Oh, wow. This is a boondocking spot. Wow. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is part of the reason I really shouldn't explore on foot. I'm like, this is perfect. Maybe I can do it. I should just do it. Oh my gosh. This is awesome right here. Wow. Oh man. All right, I'm going to find something. I think I'll make this area work one way or another. Wow. Wow. Arkansas. Who knew? Remember one of my first videos when shower interrupted? No. Yeah, I was in the shower and the lady came knocking on the door. And I was blocking a campsite is what happened. And it didn't look like anybody was in the campsite. And so I was just going to park there because I couldn't make it in the campsite. So I have a question for you 5 years later. I can't make it into the campsite. I'm blocking the campsite. So technically, aren't I using the campsite? Does it really make a difference whether I can make it all the way into the campsite or not? So if somebody came along right now and said, you're blocking the campsite, I'm like, no, I'm using the campsite. I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah, I am. Right? What do you guys think? Do hashtag it's yours if you think this campsite is mine. I think it's mine. I think that's my new, although if somebody came and challenged me, I'd move. It's not worth fighting people about it. But what do you guys think? Right? So this is the campsite that I walked up the hill that I can't get to. Beautiful campsite up on the hill. Does it really matter though? I am now claiming it. Oh, what do you guys think? Hashtag it's yours if you think it's my campsite. And if you don't think it's my campsite, tell me why. Tell me what your rationale is, what your reasoning is, why I shouldn't claim ownership of this campsite right now for the next 14 days. Interesting question. This is where I ended up. Gonna settle in. I got a lot of laundry. Laundry day sucks, man. I just throw it all in my big hamper and dump it on my bed and then put it away when I get to camp. And that's what I have to do right now. You want to eat? What do you think? It's time to eat? Yeah. What I've been telling you, it's nothing like it seems. It's what I've been telling you. Oh, you'd learn what I mean if you came. But the risk, are you willing to take? It's funny. I just heard thunder and turned on the video. You guys aren't going to be able to hear it, but I've been hearing thunder off in the distance since I got here. Well, I'm just waking up. It's been raining pretty hard for several hours. And, so hard. Yeah, really hard. You can hear it. Alright, let me make my coffee and then I'll talk. I got a leak. A bad leak. Using coffee I ground. This is I haven't used this since I bought my new grinder, but I'm conserving my battery power because it's going to be noon before the rain stops, and I didn't set up my tarp to be able to run the generator in the rain. The tarp is just draped over it because, like I said, yesterday there were no trees. But yesterday morning, my curtain was all wet, my pillows against the wall were all wet, which happens sometimes. And like I said, I thought maybe my window was leaking, but I had left my window open. So what I discovered last night is that my cupboard is leaking, or I have a leak up here. So last night I discovered a puddle of water, very bad puddle of water here, and it's leaking from up here. So again this morning, really bad because it's leaving a puddle of water here and a puddle of water down here. So I had to pull the cover off yesterday to try to dry it out. Stuffing a towel up here just to soak it up at its source. Seems really strange to me that this leak just pops up right after I fix the other one. Yeah, it seems really strange to me. I've been racking my brain trying to think, could that leak really have been that leak? It seems weird. I don't know how that could be. I mean, it was coming out. Water was coming out of here. I don't know how blocking that off could then make the water come out from over there. That makes no sense. And I know a lot of you who live in RVs were like, yeah, sometimes you can't tell where the leak is coming from. And that is very true, but that seems pretty specific coming through I think it's just a coincidence. I've had a lot of rain. I haven't sealed my roof since I bought the RV. It's time for me to get up there and do some major work. Sadie wouldn't even go outside. Want to go out? You want to go potty? What do you think? You want to go out? It's beautiful. It's about 8 o'clock. It's going to rain until noon. Woo! It's coming in the door. What do you think? I think there's nothing to do but just hang out and do belly rubs. Yeah. You think? I made it work. Hey, whatever works. Well, this is the clearing. It's way overgrown. Even the middle of the road, nothing has come down here in a long time. But, and look how soggy it is. So I'm glad I didn't come down here. Look at this. Wow. You know, drier weather though. Not bad. Not worth it right now. Look how deep that is. That's pretty deep. We had a lot of rain. Looks like it's over for now. I'm not seeing any rain in the forecast for the next week. Although one app says, the Climb app says showers on Monday, but the other one doesn't, so things seem to change pretty quick. But I'm going through knee-high weeds. I did find a tick on me the other day. Not here. Wow, look at this. Hey, Sadie girl. But I'm gonna need to take advantage of the next week of sun and seal my roof. No bueno. The last, was it a national forest I was in? 30-day limit, not the usual 14. So I don't know what the limit is in this national forest. I'll have to look it up. But I suspect if you were in this spot right here, you wouldn't see another person for months, maybe for a year. I mean, this is, well, there's probably more traffic out here in the summer, but probably not a lot. Wow, so you could stay out here quite a while, within the rules of the forest, of course. Must obey the rules, don't overstay the limit. But you could be out here and probably not see another person. It's so far on that road I'm on. I haven't seen any vehicles go by, but off-highway vehicles. I was laughing about that. Saw a couple yesterday, a couple different ones. Nothing but off-highway vehicles. I'm like, it's just me and my rig and my all-terrain tires and the OHVs. Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. Beautiful. I hear a vehicle. Oh, I hear a vehicle down there. Sounds like it's just stopped right by my rig. That's interesting. I heard him coming up the road, actually. Just as I said, I haven't seen anything but OHVs. So I don't know if you saw, I'm back up here on the hill where I can just watch. They seem to really slow down by my rig. Probably just looky-loos. It's kind of fun being up here on the hill though, not inside. So it's Saturday. I expected hunters to be out here. So one thing I've noticed, this and the other spot that I was at, the other national forest, maybe it was the same one, I don't know. All these trucks have these big metal boxes in the back. I think they're kennels. I think they're hunting dogs. And they had one, and I could see the passenger had bright yellow on, so they're hunters. But you guys who live out here, I haven't heard dogs, but almost every truck that went by in my other camp had one of those. It looked like a big metal kennel. So, is that what it is? Dogs? Hunting dogs? Actually, I have a friend who has hunting dogs. I should ask him. They stopped right down the road. They turned around right here. Interesting. A mile and a half out from the main road. It's interesting they didn't try to come up here. We're in a pickup truck. Let's see where they are. You know what's cool about being out here in hunting season? Especially with my awesome hunting jacket? People assume I'm a hunter. People assume, I mean, why would you be out here? Especially this part of the country. People assume that I'm out here hunting. So that's kind of a benefit for me, in my opinion. People out here who hunt are going to assume I'm armed. Whether I am or not is another story, but that's what they're going to assume. So I've been telling people lately, everybody's like, stay safe. I'm like, they assume I'm armed. Let's see what they're doing. No, I don't see them. Oh, huh, that's weird. It sounded like they stopped. Should we go explore, little girl? That's weird, because I didn't hear them go as far as I heard them coming. I look like the Beverly Hillbillies. Nope, they moseyed. I don't see them anywhere. Huh. Hi, Sadie girl. There's a crossroad here. That one dead ends. This one goes around to a river. Doesn't look like they went down either one of those. It's just us, Sadie girl. It's just us. What do you think? Want to keep going? Well, let me tell you about what just happened. So, it's 8 o'clock. It's dark out, and it's been cold and rainy. I've just been kind of chilling today. I haven't really done too much. Anyway, been sitting here for a while, just watching TV, and it's dark. I'm on this road. Like I said, I've seen a few OHVs, a little bit more traffic today. It's Saturday hunting. But just now, a truck came by, and Sadie started going nuts. She's such a good watchdog. And so I got to look out the window just to see where it was going to go. This road goes pretty steep down, not even a quarter mile from here. It goes down very steep and crosses a little stream. I guess it's passable probably for a pickup truck. I wouldn't do it in this. But what I've seen so far, most traffic that comes here is there's that road up there that I thought about camping out. Most people just turn around there. So anyway, this truck comes by. She's barking like crazy. And I get up just because it's dark. And I'm like, it's kind of weird for somebody to be out here. Only hunters pretty much have been coming out here. So I'm on guard, just kind of looking to see what they're doing. They go out that road, which is really hard to get up. And they go all the way out to the end. I'm watching them. And then I turn off the lights and I go in the back. And they come up. And I thought when they passed me, they revved their engine a little bit or slowed down. And so they went out the road, and I watched and listened to see if they were going to stay out there, because that's only not even a quarter mile away from me. They turned around and came back. I watched them come back. They stopped right in front of me, and my heart was racing. They stopped. Big white pickup truck. They stopped, honked the horn. I'm like, shit, what do I do? My heart is racing. And I'm like, they honk the horn, and I'm like, shit, do they want to come up here? Are they going to challenge me? Do they want me to move so they can go up this camping spot? I'm like, are you kidding me? In the 8 o'clock at night after dark? And that was my first thought. It was like, they want me to move. They want to get up there. And I'm like, I'm going to ignore it. I'm just going to ignore it. And they start, and then they rev the engine. And it's a big, loud truck, older truck. And they're revving the engine. And I'm like, oh, what? think she's reacting to me and making noises. You're a good girl, good watchdog. Good watchdog. All right, hold up. All right, she's barking at ghosts, I guess. Here's a tip for you. Took me several years on the road to think of this. You want to see what's out the front window at night? Turn on your headlights. Literally took me a couple years to figure that out. So anyway, and it's been rainy. The condensation in here. I mean, I had to wipe the windows down to be able to see outside, but there's nothing out there. So anyway, they rev their engine, and I'm like laying in the back, looking out the window, and everything's closed up, but I'm kind of behind the curtain, and then I hear, "Hello, anybody in there? Anybody home?" In this thick Arkansas accent, and I'm like, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do? Can I try to sound like a guy? Like, what? Just please go away, please go away." And they're not going away. They rev the engine. They rev the engine, and I can't tell if it's more than one person. I thought I heard voices. My generator was out in front, and I'm like, are they just gonna steal my generator? Are they just going to steal my generator? And they're like, hello, hello. And they're revving the engine, and this goes on for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I'm like, they're not gonna go. Sadie's barking. She's up in the front seat. She's going nuts. And they're like, hello, hello, is anybody home? And I'm like, I gotta say something. I gotta say something. They're not gonna go away. They look like they were gonna go away, and then they didn't. And anyway, it was just one of those things. So I opened the screen in the back, and I'm like, hello. And they're like, hey. I'm like, yeah, are you just checking? What's up? And they're like, we're just not used to, what did I say? I'm like, hello? And they're like, hey, so somebody in there. And I'm like, yeah, we're in here. And I was so proud of myself afterwards. I did really good. And they're like, oh, I was like, are you checking on us? Are you just checking in on us? And he's like, well, sorta. We're not used to seeing people out in these parts. And I was like, yeah, local told us about it. We're just out here for a couple days hunting. We ran into a local in town, and he said this was a good place. So we just thought we'd check it out. We're just hunting for a couple of days. And he's like, oh, all right. All right. And I guess that was it. I'm shaking. I mean, I was shaking. My heart was pounding. I don't feel vulnerable very often, but I'm the only one out. I mean, I'm pretty remote. I'm only 1.5 miles from the main road, but it feels really remote. So, yeah. So, he was like, yeah, all right. All right. We're just not used to seeing folks out here. That's all. I'm like, yeah, we're just out here a couple days hunting. And they drove off slowly. And I went outside and watched their taillights disappear down the road just to make sure they were going. And they did. So, but I went out. I was out watching them go away. I pulled my, so I had my generator in front of the RV. So I pulled everything away from the front of the RV. I wrapped up my cord and put it away. I unplugged my solar panel. Basically, I'm ready to roll if I have to roll. Ooh, at least on the outside. I'm not ready to roll in here at all. Actually, if I had to roll, there would be a mess in here. I might need to do that. So anyway, I got ready to roll outside. Not that it's going to do me any good if somebody blocks me in. It's not going to happen. They were just locals, just checking. Wanted to see who's out here. It's a little weird. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little nervous. But like I said in an earlier video that I shot, I think today when I was walking around, most people are going to assume I'm armed. I said I said, no, we're just out here hunting. So I did good. No matter how nervous I was, I kept my cool and I said we, which is not easy for me. I say I a lot. But no, we're just out here hunting. So they think it's not just me and they think I'm armed. So yeah. you guys who live in Arkansas, I had this happen to me up in Vermont, right up in the Northeast, when I was like, I don't know if they're just all up in my business or if they're just being friendly. Actually, you know what? That's what he said. When I stuck my head out the window and I said hello, he's like, "You guys all right? You guys okay?" That's what he said. And I was like, "You what, you just checking on me? Are you no?" I said, "Are you just checking on us?" He's like, "Yeah, kind of," because that's what I thought. That's right, because he said, "Hey, you guys okay?" So I thought maybe he thought I was broken down or something, and he was offering to help. But that's what he said. "Are you guys all right? Everything all right?" That's what he said. "Everything all right?" So I don't know if he was just all up in my business. I think he was all up in my business. It's times like this that I wonder if I should do more about my safety. Anyway, I just thought I would share that. I'll share it with you again tomorrow morning when I'm not so freaked out, a little freaked out. It's fine. It's fine. If they were going to do anything, they would have done anything when they did. I doubt very much they're going to come back in the middle of the night. What are they going to do? Right? So, life on the road. It's all good. Luckily, this side is facing south, so I'm getting the sun today. Yay. And I left, here's a tip. If you do have a leak, leave everything open to dry it out. You don't want to leave it closed in there. You want airflow in there. You want things to get dried out as soon as possible. So hopefully prevent any mold from growing. And I went up there this morning and it's already dry. It got down to the mid-20s last night. And everything froze. My back window was frozen shut this morning because so much condensation in here. There was just ice and it froze it. So everything went really well last night after the visitor from the nosy local. But at 3:30 this morning, Sadie started barking. A different truck came. Still dark. 3:30 this morning, went right up there and just stopped. Good girl. And sounds like he let his dogs out. He was out there with a flashlight calling his dogs. I don't know, but yeah, you just deal with all kinds of things. It's been a few days with the heavy rain and half of my RV leaking. Did I tell you? So I went up there this morning, looked at the roof. It's going to be a lot of work. I'm going to do the liquid rubber. I did some research last night. There's a Lowe's not too far away. I was going to go into Hot Springs, Arkansas anyway. And there's a Lowe's, thank goodness. So it's going to be a 2-3 day project. I have been trying to decide if I want to just do the liquid rubber over the existing die core, but there's areas up there that are a mess. I think I'm going to have to scrape off the die core It looks like the leak might be coming from my bathroom, from the sunlight in there. And that might be where the leak is coming from. But I'm going to do the whole roof. Hopefully that'll solve the problem. Yeah. So anyway, that's an update for you today. The sun is shining. It's only going to get up to like 49 degrees today. It's Sunday, so I'm working on a video. Making some oatmeal. Look at that. Yep. Sadie and I already went for a 2.5-mile walk this morning. Did some exploring some different roads. Just trying to dry things out. And uploading a fun little video for patrons. This is kind of a test to see how fast my cell signal is. I know that if I go up on the hill, I get a better signal, so I might have to do what I did in Vermont and just load the video on my phone and leave it up there to load up there for a couple hours. So that's probably what I'm going to have to do, but I need to get working on it.